Welcome one all to ZKM Sports Talk. Once again, it's been well over a week now that we we have taken a break. We got our information for this new podcast that we're going to do this week. And every month, at the beginning of the month, we are going to do this until the actual awards arrive. We're doing the top 5 for each category, like Coach of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, so on and so forth. And we are going to do this every month until the actual awards are given out and see how things stand out as the season goes on. Let's go ahead and get right into NBA Most Improved. I got Victor Oladipo at 1, Kristaps Porzingis, Aaron Gordon, Dennis Schroeder, LaMarcus Aldridge. Zach has Victor Oladipo, Kristaps Porzingis, Aaron Gordon, Jaylen Brown, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Mike has Victor Oladipo, Devin Booker, Kristaps Porzingis, Aaron Gordon, and Andre Drummond. Is there anything you guys see out there that is kind of weird or?
I was just thinking with Mike's, Devin Booker is playing better, but his actual stats are still the same, which doesn't make any sense, but it's just how it is.
And Kyle, we watched that game the other night. We watched them play. Was it Philip?
Raptors.
Raptors, and Booker just scored 46 points.
That night.
And I commented.
I thought that was against the Sixers.
Was it against?
They scored 46.
I thought it was last. I thought it was against the Raptors.
Or was it Suns? They played. No, he's on the Suns.
Suns, yeah.
Yeah, it was against the Suns.
Yeah. Well, he scored 46, and my point was with Kyle was. He's a good shooter, but he's the kind of kid that, and he's obviously 21.
Yep.
Is that when he scores a lot of points in a game, he thinks he's the offense of the next game.
Yeah.
And he was just not nearly as good the next game. His shooting was bad. So right now I say most improved, but it was kind of shaky.
It was against the Sixers, and then against the Raptors, he shot 25%.
Yeah, so he dropped.
Yep.
Awful. So, being most improved, they'll probably drop off unless he just goes nuts. But
he's out 2 to 3 weeks now.
Oh, is he out 2-3 weeks?
Yep,
okay.
with an ankle.
Okay, well, that is definitely a big, what do you call it?
Loss.
Yeah. For him, it's tough on him. But, he probably shouldn't really be on. Antetokounmpo, he's actually, considering how great he is, he's even improved over last year. So that was probably a guy I should have put on.
6 or 7 points up over his total last year.
Yeah.
I think he's averaging 30, 10, and 5 for stats.
That's pretty amazing.
30 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. Yeah. Last year, I think it was 24, 8, and 5.
Wow.
So
I'm not sure if I should have really had LaMarcus Aldridge at 5. I mean, he is getting back into his old rhythm, but the reason why I had him is just like I just mentioned that last year he was kind of out of place, and after signing that deal with the Spurs, now he's actually become the old LaMarcus Aldridge where he does that nice little spin fadeaway shot that looks beautiful.
That's what most improves about.
Yep, about improving overall.
That's right.
As a player.
Well, who won it last year? Aaron Gordon. Not Aaron Gordon.
Giannis.
Was it Giannis?
Yeah.
Giannis most improved? Oh, wow.
Oh, I was thinking 6 man. That was Eric Gordon.
Yeah.
But that's pretty impressive. You can win it 2 years in a row. If Giannis can do it, that means you're obviously getting better every year.
Hard.
But a lot of times I think of most improved as somebody that's had a down year and then they kind of come back. So it's almost like I probably think more like comeback player of the year. Instead of most improved. There's differences.
Because that's what Drummond, his numbers. His free throw numbers are really the only thing that's improved.
Yeah,
I think he's
everything else has pretty much stayed the same.
To be honest with you, I was thinking mostly more along the lines of comeback player of the year.
Yeah, he's about a 15 and 12 player. Yeah, and that's what he is this year.
It's pretty much as normal. Yeah.
But for him to average that, well, not average, but he scored 27 points and 22 rebounds, something like that the other night. So
but that could have just been a bad matchup. I don't know.
True.
If he can keep going higher, then he would be. But I see the point there.
I kind of didn't like putting Jaylen Brown on here just because it's basically a bench rookie going to a starting rookie on a championship caliber team.
So obviously his numbers were going to
not a
improve a
starting
lot.
rookie,
But a sophomore, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just improved because of
like he's
more minutes now.
15 points a game, I think, versus 6 from
Yeah.
last year. So, like, I mean, and all of his other stats are just ridiculous.
Well,
like,
sure.
Like, he's playing twice as many minutes. So,
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But, I mean, it's a statistical improvement.
Well, see, that's probably why we all have Victor Oladipo.
Oh, yeah, Victor Oladipo. It's just ridiculous compared to last year.
Yeah.
8 points, bonus in every single
category.
category.
Blocks, steals, assists, everything, yeah.
Unfortunately, turnovers.
Yeah.
But that's just because he's got the ball.
And one thing he's done, and we're obviously all Pacer homers here, but the fact is that he's the guy that we count on down the stretch. And that's something he didn't have to do.
No.
He didn't have to do.
He just stood on the sideline waiting for the ball
from
Russell Westbrook.
And now he's taken over. That's pretty. That's hard to do for a player. I mean,
I was not expecting for all three of us is to have Aaron Gordon on this list because I was not expecting him to ever improve. I was expecting him to get his rebounds and some points, but he's improved his
His 3-pointers are ridiculous.
I know.
35 to 50%.
Yeah, that's improvement there. That's improvement.
Yeah, his game overall just changed.
6 or 7 points more a game.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure it's like 3 or 4 rebounds.
That's per game. Yeah, he may end up being the most improved player of the year.
By far.
Well, let's hope it's Oladipo, but Gordon is pretty damn impressive this year. I mean,
40 points and 15 rebounds the other night.
Wow. That's right.
I like how we all put Kristaps on.
Yeah.
I mean, 7 points a game.
Game more. Yep.
He's now Carmelo Anthony of the team. Like, he's the superstar.
He's the guy they go to,
and
right?
He definitely stepped up into that role instead of, like, just kind
shrinking
of
from it. Yeah. The only issue he'll have, I think, I don't know about you guys, but his health.
Yeah.
If he stay healthy. If he stays healthy, he's going to be unbelievable.
Well, it's that huge body.
It's so tall.
God, 7'3".
It's so much maintenance. Like,
on your feet.
I'm 6'6", and I have trouble maintaining. I couldn't imagine adding
running up and down the court.
And doing all that physical
jumping.
And
Yeah, so he's kind of skinny.
Oh yeah.
So he's really kind of getting pushed around a lot, but he's an unbelievable player. He's a scary player when we were so lucky as Pacer fans. They didn't play against us. Him and Tim Hardaway.
Yeah.
But it's
pretty huge.
Yep.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to NBA Rookie of the Year. By the way, Mike and Kyle have asterisks next to Ben Simmons' names because we just talked about this before we got on to this podcast about Ben Simmons, how last year he was hurt the whole year and
didn't play at
all. He was able to play with the 76ers.
And practice.
Well, not play with, but practice with and be able to learn their system before everybody else on this list. And he's still eligible for Rookie of the Year because he didn't play at all last year.
Yep.
So he's still eligible. That's why we have him as the asterisk. If that rule is gone, he wouldn't be in the top 5 probably.
No.
Because again, he wouldn't be a rookie technically.
So it wouldn't matter, right?
And so technically, I have Donovan Mitchell at 2. Mike has him at Jason Tatum at 2. We have him at 2, but we really think he should be Rookie of the Year instead.
And I don't like people who can't make free throws, but his stat line's really good.
Yeah, triple-double.
Almost triple-double. Yeah.
Almost. I got Ben Simmons, Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, Dennis Smith Jr., and Kyle Kuzma. Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, Kyle Kuzma, Lauri Markkanen, Ben Simmons. For Zach. Mike with Ben Simmons, Jason Tatum, Donovan Mitchell, Dennis Smith Jr., and Lauri Markkanen. And what I'm seeing on this list right here is this is how far this kid has fallen because he was the number 2 pick in the draft, and that was Lonzo Ball.
Yeah.
Awful.
He can't shoot free throws. He's even worse than Simmons.
Yeah.
45% free throw
Yep.
shooter.
That's awful.
And a 28 field goal percentage.
Yeah.
Worst in NBA history. For a rookie.
Is it really?
Yep.
Oh shit, that's not good.
For a rookie, at least.
Yep.
And
I don't know about
let's all face it. We've all. If you get to see him play yet this year,
No.
Zach? We've watched him a little
bit, yeah.
Not much.
Not much.
But let's all face it, we've all seen his shot.
Oh, yeah.
The shot.
Shot.
And I know that, I guess I heard they're going to work on it next year, or between this season and next.
Okay.
Magic Johnson said, because they don't want to mess him up this year.
Yeah.
Even though I don't think he can get way more messed
He
up.
might as well.
Yeah,
Might as well
28%
get a shot.
shooting, I think
It may be hard to change that after all these years of shooting this way.
It definitely is hard to change your shot.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you've been shooting that way
for
a
your
kid.
Yep.
But it's so awkward looking. I mean,
It's awful.
There's nobody in NBA that's ever shot shots like this.
Yep.
I mean, it's to the left, and
It's just to the right at the same time.
If you don't, and a lot of
It doesn't look accurate at all. That's what the idea
doesn't.
is.
You're going to miss, and he misses a lot. Well, obviously 28%.
Yep.
Yeah. That's embarrassing, though, to be second pick of the draft.
And your father's constantly belittling your
Yeah.
organization that you're in.
Yeah.
I really wanted to put the first pick of the draft at number 5, just because it sounded like a thing. Because he still could be Rookie of the Year.
Markelle Fultz, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Comes
yeah.
back, opens a can
He
of
could
whoop
go.
ass.
Yeah.
That's going to be.
That's scary.
The
That's gonna be
potential to
scary.
be like I was like, I kind of want to do it, but
He's
We're
been
not
out
right
pretty much
yet.
the
We
whole
don't know.
season.
he
Yeah.
hasn't played yet. So
We don't know how it's going to be yet.
because he could put up numbers like.
Yeah. Oh, he probably will end up putting better.
Oh, yeah, like
we know
numbers
he's
in
Well,
got
I
the-
mean,
numbers.
like if his game doesn't translate,
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, may not shot, may not.
Because
go
with
down.
Ben Simmons now the point guard, and he was a point guard, he has to have the ball in his hands. Who knows how well it'll
will
work
he
out?
do?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Whenever Fultz comes back, I think they're gonna drop Simmons
Back to forward.
back to the forward.
Yeah.
And put
Yeah.
like at least for like statistical sake,
Uh-huh.
just because you're not gonna not have Fultz out there.
Oh no, you
Oh no,
want
they'll
Fultz out there.
have Fultz out there.
Yeah.
I mean, no harm to Covington, or no bad words about Covington because he's a decent shooter.
Yeah.
and not
Right.
a terrible defender, but I mean, first pick in the draft.
You gotta get him out on
He's
the
going to
court.
be out
Yeah.
there for at least
Yeah.
the start.
I just hope they don't do the same thing that they've done with these past rookies of the year, or first round picks, that they sit them the whole season. You know how they've done with Embiid and with Simmons and with Nerlens Noel and with. I mean, I guess that's a Philadelphia thing. but
Yeah.
I don't think it's. I think they need to get him out there playing as soon as
Yep.
possible if they can get him back.
Yeah.
Because he will really help that team a lot.
and getting
Maybe.
game experience versus hypotheticals is so much different.
Oh yeah.
They're not. Yeah. Just
Sit on the sidelines and then you practice against your teammates.
teammates. Yeah.
They're going to take it a little bit lighter. These guys
Well,
are going
sure.
to
They'll
come
get
at you
hurt.
cutthroat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed we all have Donovan Mitchell.
Oh, I love
Zach's
that
got
kid.
Donovan Mitchell as number 1 on the list.
I love that kid.
It's really funny because later when we talk about what's it called, 6-man,
Yeah.
I've got Hood on there because I think Mitchell's got that spot for the starters locked.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
man,
yeah,
you're
When
right.
Hood comes back from injury, I think
think
that'll be a
Mitchell's-
phenomenal off the bench player.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did Mitchell score 40?
41, I think.
41
the other
points.
day.
Yeah.
Mitchell scored 41
Yep.
the other day.
Yep.
Kyle's been really high on him. He said.
I mean-
tremendous player.
I was interested because I was like, how in the world are the Jazz winning without
Yeah.
Gobert there?
Right.
I was like, this makes no sense. That team is way better than what they have.
Right.
So I looked. And it was
Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan
Mitchell. Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell.
Yep.
Every single
And he's a
time.
rookie. That's
Like,
amazing.
I think Tatum could have been that level
Yeah.
of player,
But-
but
Can't really argue with them
they-
or the Celtics.
they've got the. I don't want to say possible MVP because there's only 2 MVP candidates,
right.
but they've got an MVP-ish player in Kyrie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Who's been.
He's going to take the
ridiculous.
last shots. He's going to be
Yeah.
the guy that leads the team down the stretch. Whereas, Jason Tatum's not that player.
No,
yet.
not
But
yet.
he's unbelievable for a rookie.
Rookie.
I mean, and he
Unbelievable.
could have progressed to that point if they needed him to.
Oh, sure.
but-
But they already have Kyrie. You
Yeah.
don't need that.
Yep.
And I see you guys both have Kyle Kuzma on your list. That's pretty. He's actually their leading scorer. Is that right? On the team?
I think so. Yeah.
He's their leading scorer.
Yeah, probably.
I think
Yeah.
so.
For a rookie,
I
yeah.
think he's averaging 16
Points a
game.
game. Yeah, they're playing so badly, but he's their He's
And
probably the best player on the team.
Starter,
I know.
which is the crazy part.
Yeah, I know.
I have him on my list in another category as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. I heard so much about him during the the summer league.
Yeah.
How good he was.
Yep.
And he was killing it.
Yep.
He can shoot the three real well. He's a good player, and he can.
He's good is whenever he has a name for himself, along with Larry Nance Jr. and Julius Randle as all the same position. He's that good. He's good. Unbelievable.
Yep. And Kyle and I both have Zach and I both have Lauri Markkanen.
That last night was so annoying.
Yeah,
he tore us up.
Yep. He's a good player. He doesn't look like a rookie.
No.
I don't know if he played. I don't know how many years he played in college. I don't know if he played 1 or 4, but he looked he almost looks like a guy that's played a while.
Yeah.
In the pros.
Yep.
Well, he's also very big, so that helps a lot. But he looks very mature for a rookie, as far as his play. So
you guys both had Dennis Smith Jr.
Yeah.
He was on my list, and 62% free throws.
But his free throw shooting.
I was like, if I'm going to put somebody who can't shoot free throws, I might as well put Ben Simmons.
I know. I hope he should be a better free throw shooter than that. There's no way.
That's awful.
He's an awful good player.
Okay, let's move on to NBA Coach of the Year. I got Brad Stevens at 1, Stan Van Gundy, Steve Kerr, Greg Popovich, Brett Brown. Zach has Greg Popovich, Brad Stevens, Mike D'Antoni, Dwayne Casey.
Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne
Wade, new coach of the San Antonio Spurs.
He might end up being a coach, yeah.
Not San Antonio Spurs. Just kidding.
Raptors.
Miami Heat, get rid of Spoelstra. I don't like that.
Spoelstra. Stan Van Gundy.
Yeah.
Mike has Brad Stevens, Greg Popovich, Dwayne Casey, Stan Van Gundy, Brett Brown.
It's the first guys. You can't ever go wrong. Obviously, you never go wrong with Popovich.
No.
I mean, the way the Spurs are playing
without
their best
Kawhi
player,
Leonard, yeah,
it's just it's Popovich is leading.
Yeah,
yep.
he is. I don't know how he does it, but he gets these guys to play team basketball.
Yep.
There's no big star other than Kawhi. He's out, but everybody else is just. I mean, Parker's been around forever.
Yep.
Marcus has been around forever.
Ginobili, yep.
Ginobili's been around forever.
Yep.
And he even lets these older guys. They're all tremendous still, even though they've been around for 20 years.
Yep.
So he is a hell of a coach. I don't know how he does it, but he's for coaching 20 years. He's amazing because a lot of older players don't want to listen to a coach.
No,
they get sick of coach, but somehow he gets them. They must all love him.
And that's the reason why I put Popovich so low is that he's that amazing that Stan Van Gundy's actually be able to turn his team around. He's able to turn Andre Drummond around to where he's actually shooting a higher free throw percentage. He's averaging a higher, well, actually he's almost at the same with his points, but the team overall is just doing a lot better. Yeah. Popovich the standard is already what he's already doing, so I'm not surprised by that. Steve Kerr has MVP and on every player pretty much. Yeah. And then Brad Stevens is just.
I was going to say, Steve Kerr doesn't have the MVP. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, his players-wise.
Yeah. His players are definitely high caliber, but they're not the MVP.
See, Popovich has been so good for so long that he has nowhere to go but down, actually. Because he's always the best coach. Yep. So it's kind of hard for these other guys to come up to his level.
Yeah. It's really funny because, I've heard them say, do we really want to give Popovich this award again?
Yeah, I know.
How many Coach of the Year awards?
Can the guy get? It's just they probably should name it the Popovich Award. Really, eventually they may when he retires because he is unbelievable. The guy, the up-and-comer, though, is Brad Stevens. He's the guy that everybody is talking about, how great he is, and he designs plays.
They love him.
The players,
all players do.
Love him. He designs plays about better than anybody. Even Popovich likes Brad Stevens, so that's pretty impressive.
If you think about the 76ers, the Celtics, before Stevens got there, they were the bottom of the barrel for so long.
Yeah, they really were.
Yep.
After being the icon for the NBA.
Right. And then they dropped to the basement. Yeah.
And then he took Isaiah Thomas, who's 5'9", and turned him into an all-star player.
Yep.
Horford, he was a decent player, and now he's increased his game all around.
Yep.
He shoots threes tremendously.
Oh yeah, his threes are ridiculous.
Those Marcus
Smart.
His numbers are weird, and he's not very good, but he works.
Right.
And then the two, not rookie, one's a rookie, and then the other one's a sophomore. Those small forwards, like they're raw athletic. At least Jaylen Brown was raw athletic talent whenever he got him last year,
he made
him into a good player. Like he's starting for them now.
Yep. And Tatum, of course, he uses Tatum really well.
Tatum's just
and one thing he's done, and Brad Stevens, I didn't think he was well known for this. They're the best defensive team in basketball.
Yep.
And he's turned them into a defensive juggernaut.
Yep.
You can't score against them. Nobody. No. And so that's pretty impressive to get guys like Kyrie Irving and he doesn't have a lot of veterans. He's got Horford and Irving. But he somehow, and Marcus Smart, he's turned them into defensive players.
Yep.
They believe in themselves.
I thought Tatum should have been the number 1 pick in the draft.
Yeah, based on what we're seeing now.
Yeah.
Well, no, like even before.
Oh, even before.
I didn't. Fultz was whatever. And Ball with his shot being what it was.
Oh
and the drama around him. There's no way in hell I would pick Ball.
Right.
And
I know.
Tatum was. I was so glad whenever he went over Josh Jackson.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people had Josh Jackson going to there.
But if you look at him now,
I was just wow.
Now.
Like he's so athletic and strong,
immature. Yeah, he's amazing. Jason Tatum's amazing.
You know what's funny about the Celtics and how there's that gap from when they were icons of the NBA? It was only like 4 years that they were awful because they got rid of Garnett and Paul Pierce for 4 picks, and then 4 years later they're now back in the state of one of the best teams in the league.
Yeah. What's his name? Ainge did real well with those draft picks.
Yep.
He used them very, very well. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
And with it being the Celtics, they got people to want to go there. Hayward's kind of not playing, but, it's still, adding that extra dimension to the team. Mm-hmm. It's just going to make them so much stronger in the future.
Oh, God, yeah. Any Philadelphia 76er fans out there, you may notice that we have Brett Brown on our list of coaches of the year. And I like what he's done with the 76ers. He's
actually stuck around this long to get it to where...
I personally, my own personal... he deserves it. Because he was the coach of the worst team
for,
NBA
5 years?
History.
Yeah, 6 years.
And somehow he's
stuck around
in there,
yep.
and he never got fired, which is amazing.
Their draft pick, the fact that they held on to him and kept him around, after the year of injury, it's just kind of oh my gosh,
right.
Yeah,
to not question him and
I think it was a smart move. I think it was a very smart move because they gave the players faith.
Yep.
That they were actually had a process.
Yep.
That they were going to follow because he was through the worst of it, and I think he deserves a chance to have some winning team.
Yep.
He gets those draft picks healthy.
Yeah.
And that team is three top 3 picks. It's just going to be crazy.
Yeah. Before we go on, do you see about the 76ers? They traded away Jahlil Okafor.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Nick Stauskas, Jahlil Okafor to the Brooklyn Nets for a 2nd-round pick.
That's ridiculous.
Wow.
Yep.
Because he was number 3 years ago?
3 years ago,
yeah. I can't believe he didn't get more for him.
Yeah, only a 2nd-round pick.
He definitely hasn't performed he was in college.
But, boy, that's
to be on the Nets with D'Angelo Russell.
I know.
That's really not bad.
Russell's hurt right now.
He's hurt, but once he starts getting healthy,
I think Okafor.
But they got the great Timothy Mozgov.
Oh, boy.
One of the better ones. Okay. Let's move on to Defensive Player of the Year. I got Anthony Davis, Draymond Green, Kevin Durant, Miles Turner, Clint Capella. Zach has DeMarcus Cousins, Rudy Gobert, Draymond Green, Joel Embiid, Hassan Whiteside. Mike has Draymond Green, Avery Bradley, Victor Oladipo, Joel Embiid, and Paul George.
Well, we got a little bit of difference on these. Kyle's got Anthony Davis, whereas Zach and I don't have him. Zach's got DeMarcus Cousins, whereas Mike and Kyle don't have him. Zach's got Hassan Whiteside, and we don't either have him. So we got quite a few different players on this.
Without knowing how they specifically classify defensive player, there's I went almost straight stat based by defensive rebounds and blocking. And then just putting Draymond Green on there because he won the
last
award.
year, last couple of years.
I think I've only watched one Warriors game all year.
Yeah.
And so
Kevin Durant is actually
Kevin
playing.
Durant's actually playing better right
on
now
defense,
than on defense, even than Draymond Green.
Well, that's because he's putting in. He was like Harden on defense. He wasn't putting any effort into it.
And also now
he's a 7-foot monster. Like
he's blocking more shots now.
Put in that much effort to be good.
That's right.
It's just. And the reason I got DeMarcus Cousins over Anthony Davis, statistically, Cousins is better in every defensive area. Only by a little bit, but I mean, a little bit's all that matters.
What's scary about that is DeMarcus Cousins, if he even tried harder, would be the best defensive player in the NBA.
If he used that big body to just stop people from
and then block every shot that came in the lane,
he can't. I still don't think he can control himself.
He's almost
because he fouls so easily.
Yeah.
And then he gets in foul trouble, and then he just stops altogether.
Yeah, you're right.
For me, with Clint Capella, is why I have him at number 5, is that he's known for not really blocking shots, but his contesting. He's at keeping the players at 40%-ish around there.
Yeah.
Every time they try to come in the paint, he just has some type of effect on them. So that's why I have him number 5. I love him. Yeah. Great player. He's got that pick and roll with 2 amazing guards.
I kind of didn't want to put Gobert on there just because of the recent injury.
Yeah.
But you look at his numbers being hurt, and it was hard to not have him on there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, my number outside of Cousins, those are just the players that I think could be defensive player of the year.
Right.
The order is not really an order. It's just they're there.
Yeah, I saw
Cousins is just ridiculous.
Yeah, I saw Embiid play the other night, and he was blocking shots right and left. See, shot blocking is an interesting thing too, because let's face it, almost all centers can block a guard shot when they come in the lane. So you kind of think, well, now if he blocks a center shot in the form of another fellow tall guy, that's impressive. But if you block a guard, it's a
7-foot player versus a 6-foot player.
Yeah, and he got long arms. It's kind of like, well, how good a defensive player is he? But now if he can keep in front of the guys and rebound the ball when they miss it and play great defense, that's a different story. But just shot blocking is not everything. And that's why Kyle's got Miles Turner on there. He is blocking more shots, but like Zach mentioned to us, he's not playing his defense guarding players isn't as good as coming over to help block shots.
Yep.
As far as he needs to rebound more and he needs to guard his player better.
Yep.
But he's awfully skinny and he's awfully young, so
give
him a little bit of time.
He's really got the body of a 4 and he's trying to play the 5.
He's awfully skinny, but he's still blocking lots of shots, and that's pretty tremendous. So
he's leading the league.
And I've
2.4.
I'm the only one on there that's got Victor Oladipo. That may be a little bit of a homer move there. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
But I love the way his hands. I just love
his
the way he
hands
steals
are quick.
the ball.
So quick.
And I just love that.
I couldn't get past his game against the Sixers where he allowed 31 points.
Oh, yeah, for J.J.
Redick,
With a score of that,
he should never,
you need to be and there was so much space.
Yeah, you kind of wonder what's going on there because
I was just seriously.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. He his last couple games, he's starting to get up on the guys that are on the 3-point
Yeah,
line,
I
and
saw
he's blocking shots even on the 3-point line.
Yeah.
So I like the way he steals, and so that's why he's on there. But there's lots of players that can be
But
on this list.
that's why I like your number 2, Avery Bradley, because he's helped the Pistons defense just that much more. I love Avery Bradley.
He always guards their best player on defense
Yep.
pretty much, and
his numbers aren't that great, but his on-ball defense is where it is.
Yep. Yeah, he doesn't steal the ball. He doesn't block. He doesn't really do that. But
his guys doesn't score against
not
him.
often.
He's always on them. He's annoying is what he is.
Yep.
He's always on the guy.
When they went against the Warriors earlier in the season, he went against Steph Curry, and Curry was like 3 of 14 or something like that.
Yeah, he got
It was awful. He got pissed, and everybody went off for like 27 points that night.
Bradley's a lot bigger than Steph Curry too, which is pretty impressive for him to guard a guy that's smaller and faster. Mm-hmm. So he's something about him. I just love the way he plays defense.
Oh, unbelievable!
He's one of the best.
I really wish the Pacers could have got him.
I know. And I put Paul George on there because his stats right now, I guess, on defense are pretty good.
Stealing
the ball.
His is the highest in the league, 2.5 or something like that.
He guards a lot of times their best player, and he did that with us for the Pacers.
Oh, yeah.
He guarded.
His overall game has gotten worse.
I like it now because when he was on the Pacers, like he progressively got lazier on defense because he was the offense.
All right.
Yeah.
Right.
So you can't be a two-way the entire game.
So hard.
You're just gonna get tired. And I mean, Harden,
and now he's
with people who can take the offense from him, so he can get back to the defensive
where
side.
he was one of the best defensive players.
Yeah, he was in competition for the defensive player of the year.
Yep.
Yeah. And I guess now that's what he's back to again. So
wow.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I really think, and I think you guys would agree, defense is so underrated now.
It is.
So
a
lot of these teams don't even play defense.
No.
As you can see, people out there, we don't have James Harden on this list.
Shockingly,
because his defense.
I should put him number 1.
But this is such an offensive league now.
Oh yeah.
The defense is almost like understated.
That's how much James Harden loves defense or offense, is that he just swipes and then just runs to the other side of the court, shoots.
Shoot a three, He doesn't even bother playing defense.
No.
And LeBron's kind of been that way a little bit lately.
Not lately. He's actually turned that to where he's on both sides.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the season, he just would just let their players score, come back down to the other side.
It's whoever scored the most points,
Yep.
And that's all that matters. It didn't matter about defense.
Nope.
And I like seeing these guys play. I like guys that play defense.
Yep.
I really do. I think it's a lot more fun. Okay, being homers that we all are, Pacer homers, we watched the Pacer game last night, and that was one of the worst games they played. Well, it was the worst game they played all season.
Oh, yeah. Even after we lost one, we still were the worst ones, yeah.
But the first 3 quarters were awful. The fourth quarter, we killed them. And it was all because of our defense.
We played exceptional.
They only scored 13 points in the fourth quarter.
The Bulls,
Which they're not a good, great team anyway, but they scored 30, and 30 the 3 other quarters.
Yep.
So it's pretty impressive. What we did is we shut them down on defense.
Yep.
And so that helped us come back. So defense is really underrated.
Yep.
I think it is. But
I remember when it was the Pacers versus the Heat back when LeBron was on the team. Mm-hmm. They came to Indianapolis in the East Conference Finals against us, and Lane Stevenson, Paul George, David West, Roy Hibbert all played exceptional defense on LeBron. LeBron had his worst statistical scoring in his whole career against us. He had 3 points in 3 quarters. He did awful. That's just how much I love defense. I remember those kind of things.
Well,
offense, it's like if you score 160 points nowadays, that's like the best thing now.
Yeah, but see, the thing was, when those Pacers were playing with Hibbert was actually at his best. That was his only, when he was actually blocking shots. And they couldn't even go to the lane.
No.
But Paul George was playing great defense. Like Kyle said, all the defense was playing great.
Yep.
The whole team was.
Yep.
And that's what Boston's doing right now. Playing great defense, the whole team.
Yep.
So, it's defense is important.
Very important. Let's move on to NBA Most Valuable Player. I have Kevin Durant at 1, LeBron James, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Zach has James Harden, LeBron James, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Russell Westbrook, Kyrie Irving. Mike has James Harden, LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, Joel Embiid, and Giannis Antetokounmpo.
So, you just being funny, guys? Kevin Durant, Joel Embiid, seriously?
Yeah, I kind of threw Joel Embiid in there. I don't.
Well, Kevin Durant.
No. James Harden or LeBron James.
Yeah,
I almost sent this list with literally just those two players because barring some ridiculousness, it's not even going to be close.
Yeah.
The only thing that I think can stop those two from being the MVP is their point guards.
Oh yeah, if they don't.
If Chris
Paul keeps getting hurt.
Yeah.
Well, no. If Chris Paul plays like Chris Paul on the Hornets, where he's shooting exceptional,
Yeah.
and he just, they have to actually split the load, and it's not
All
Harden
James
getting
Harden.
33,
Yeah.
40, 50 points a game
Yeah.
with his 10, 11 assists. And same with LeBron, with Thomas coming back sometime in the future.
It may be more Thomas than what LeBron James.
LeBron can go back to being a small forward instead of the
point guard. Yeah.
So what was your thoughts on Kevin Durant?
He's the Warriors are starting to become his team. If you look at, he takes the ball down once in a while, or not once in a while, but quite often during the game. All he does is really drive the lane. He passes it back out to Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Draymond Green. This is starting to become his team once again, just like with what the Thunder were, and it's incredible. I love incredible play by Kevin Durant, in my opinion.
Nope.
Evidently not for Zach, though.
Let's see.
Joel Embiid. Here we go. Let's listen to this. Okay, let me drink some water while listening to this conversation.
Well, let's face it. 76ers are better this year than they were last year.
Okay.
Let's face it. That's all I gotta say. And the major factor is Joel Embiid. That's why I look at it. He's got.
Oh, it doesn't have anything to do with Ben Simmons.
Well, a little bit to do with Ben, a little bit to do.
I
with
mean,
Ben
I feel like
Simmons.
Embiid was there.
Redick's a little bit, and then the Covington's just a little bit.
The big fraction is the Joel Embiid.
Yeah, there you go. Joel Embiid.
I could give you Embiid if it was a list for best center.
Yeah.
But most valuable player.
Most valuable
Take
player.
that shit off of there.
Well,
I couldn't believe that we all had Kyrie and neither one of you had Westbrook. Westbrook, I mean, the record, like that shows you how much record. Westbrook is 22, 9.7, and 9.2.
Wow. Yeah, it's almost a triple-double again.
Almost a triple-double. And not even on your guys's.
Well,
that shows you how much record effect. Every single player.
Does
on
Westbrook lead?
Except Embiid.
Well, yeah, that's a good point.
To be honest, when I was doing this list, and I was doing it pretty quickly while waiting for Zach to get here, Westbrook didn't even come to my mind because of his record.
I know. Yeah. Same with me.
Almost a triple-double, like Zach just mentioned.
I think Kyle and I was going to tell Kyle the other day, you can't take people for granted, and I'm kind of taking Westbrook for granted. He's always going to average a triple-double. But he doesn't lead them to anything. He doesn't lead them to victories.
Not championships.
He does lead to victories. But they're like one of the worst teams, and not the worst, but in the West Conference, they're not.
Yeah, they're
not in the top
10th seed.
Yeah, they're not. So he can't do it all by himself. So he's kind of in a bad, but he's got two supposed great stars around him. So until he gets them all working together, I can't put him on my list. But he is, let's face it, he's one of the best basketball players in the NBA.
Oh, yeah.
But he may not be the most valuable because, well, if he wasn't on the team, they'd be awful. So I can't say that. He just
you
doesn't
take
leave
away
enough
22 points, 10 rebounds,
10 assists, they'd be awful. So, but then see Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Milwaukee's kind of fallen down a little bit now.
Yep.
They picked it back up. They won 3 straight, I think.
Have they? Okay. So
Well, they have to keep that up.
though.
If they start going on long losing streaks again, that's
Yeah.
when they start to fall off.
he's almost like a one-man show too, though, for Milwaukee. So
Yeah.
they gotta get
Bledsoe
better
hasn't really
around him.
gotten to their scheme yet.
Yeah.
But
And you can't. Let's face it, we all have Irving on here because he's pretty much leading the Celtics.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, when you're
Without-
leading the team with the best record in the NBA.
Yeah, you almost have to be on there, and that's without Gordon Hayward on the team.
yep.
Yeah.
And so we all can't believe how good Boston would be if you had Gordon Hayward on that team right now. They're 22-4 now. And so can you imagine
Maybe
what they'd
like
be
20
like without
What, like
It's
24 and
really-
1?
Like pushing their worst player in their starting lineup out. Like, how awesome is that sound?
And they're other because they'd be one of the best. Well, it'd be the best bench in basketball.
Yep.
If you think about it, if they took
Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum, one of those
out of
two.
this-
I was talking about Morris.
Oh,
yeah,
that,
Marquise
well, that,
Morris,
that
yeah.
one too. Like what we talked about before.
Tatum
Yeah.
is strong. I
Yeah.
think he could handle the 4 spot if Gordon didn't.
Want to do that? Do the 4?
Because
Yeah.
Gordon is definitely more of a finesse player.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, whenever he gets into physical altercations, I mean,
Yeah.
this is what happens.
Yeah, but yeah, they're going to be unbelievable. There's going to be, here we go again. It's going to be Houston, Golden State, Cleveland, Boston,
Whoa.
and the Pacers.
It's not going to be Cleveland anymore.
No.
Lakers are going to get LeBron
Oh,
James
that's right,
and
and
Paul
Paul George.
George.
Yeah,
so-
that'll be those guys. Yeah, you're right.
So
Yeah,
they
and
keep up-
Lonzo Ball.
Well, that's if
That's a given.
LeBron James's kids allow him to do it. I watched an interview the other day talking about him going back to Cleveland.
Yeah.
And he's like, I had to make sure my kids were okay with it.
Wow.
It's like, I mean, it makes sense. but
Yeah,
I thought it was funny.
Funny, big
Yeah,
old- big
you
star.
can't say, hey, you want to go back to
Daddy,
Cleveland?
You can go
You
back to
go
Cleveland, I
ahead.
guess.
Yeah, the best player in basketball. Oh,
Now,
yeah,
now they be going that he has to go to the Suns. Like, hey,
Can we
want to
go
go to
to
Los
LA?
Angeles? Yeah, I guess we can go to Los Angeles. Oh, okay. That simple as a snap. Like you can go to Los Angeles. Jesus, they already have a house out in Los Angeles.
do,
supposedly.
definitely does, yeah.
Shit. Okay, guys, I think this is gonna call it right
We
here.
got one more category.
Do it.
Oh, I forgot. Dad and I didn't do that category, the sixth man.
What are you guys
We'll
doing?
go ahead and do yours.
What
and
are
we'll-
you guys doing?
Well, it's kind of we talked about it. It was a difficult how to get that
with injuries.
Well, we didn't
with
even know
injuries,
enough
and we
about
didn't really know
enough
who
about
really
this.
technically is the sixth man for each team.
Yeah, I didn't know enough about it to know who the
Alright,
sixth man was.
You guys don't have to worry. The Sixth Man of the Year award goes to Lance Stevenson.
Lane Stevenson. We'll go ahead and just do Zach's sixth man, and we'll probably more likely would agree with Zach on these.
Yeah.
You got Eric Gordon, Rodney Hood, Will Barton, Kyle Kuzma, and Lance Stevenson.
Oh, no.
I thought it was crazy that Barton wasn't a starter.
Yeah. and
No, yeah, he's tearing it up.
I was like, holy shit,
Yeah.
these numbers are insane.
Right.
And
But he's sixth man.
He's not
not
he's a
a
sixth
starter.
man.
Yeah.
I think he started one game all year.
Yep.
that amazing?
Another player, the runner-up last year, I had to take off Lou Williams.
Right.
Because
Is he starting now?
he's starting now
Yep.
because
Starting now,
all the
right.
injuries on the Clippers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Beverly
He'd be
out for the year.
He'd be
so-
tremendous coming off the bench. Yeah, if he didn't have right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Eric Gordon's still coming off the bench.
And
so.
Eric Gordon was hard to have on there because of how many starts, because I don't know how that actually works.
Yeah, he's actually had a start because of Chris
Yeah.
Paul being hurt.
Right.
He
So-
started quite a bit.
See, that's
actually.
why you and I had such a hard time picking sixth
Yep.
man because there's been so many injuries.
So many injuries, and it was kind of difficult to find which team had their sixth man originally from the beginning of the season,
Yeah.
and how often that person could be able to start.
Yeah, there'd be a lot of research.
It's a
going
lot
into
of research, yeah.
it, trying to figure out who started and who didn't. But Lance Stevenson.
Yeah,
that's a good
I
pick.
probably would have
Yeah,
Lance
that's
in my
good.
top five
Five,
easily, if not top three.
Yeah.
I mean, phew.
Yeah, I had him at number one until I got looking more.
At the stats.
Looking more.
It was just kind of like
But he's been going even
Oh,
better.
yeah.
and
He's
better
getting
as the
better,
season's
though.
gone on, yeah.
Trying to be top
him,
five.
With
Yeah.
him, I had to eliminate the first
First-
like 10 games
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
stats because those were.
Yep.
Because I'm going to say is that at the beginning of the season, The way Lance was playing, I want to be in top 5. Probably not in top 10, probably.
The way Lance was playing at the beginning of the season, he wasn't even going to be on the team.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good point. And now he's the first guy off the bench. And
by far.
Very well.
Yeah.
He's playing
he played exceptional when he got that one start.
Yeah.
I wish, he did. That was amazing.
Yeah.
I wish Joseph hadn't declined so much.
Oh, yeah, he's awful now.
I know.
Because he started out the season so strong, and Lance was terrible.
And now they switched it.
Like he's not doing as bad as Lance was, because Lance was god awful. But he's
not hitting the threes like he was. He's
not
hitting the threes, and that's his game. He's got to hit those threes.
His threes and his defense were what he did.
And now he's not.
He played decent defense. It was a revenge game for the
Raptors.
But outside of that, it was kind of lazy.
You're right. How's Iguodala doing this year?
I looked that up. He wasn't doing very good.
Right now, he's not good. He's more of a clutch guy.
He's only averaging 6 points a game.
He'll do better during the playoffs.
That whole team, the starters play 40 out of the 48 minutes.
So you got to get much of a chance.
2 minutes each quarter for the bench.
So let's think about some of these other teams here. See,
Norman Powell, I think is maybe
Norman Powell, he's decent.
He's a 6 man, but he's not doing.
Oh yeah, his numbers actually declined, right?
Kelly Oubre Jr. was on my list for being in the top. Him coming in for Porter.
That's pretty decent.
He's averaging like 13 points a game.
That's not bad.
Okay. Let's think of some other teams.
Jamal Crawford?
He's not doing very good.
He actually gets balling quite hard.
There was a lot of 6 men that were averaging like 9 points a game.
Right.
But I mean,
who's the 6th man for Boston right now? Do you think?
Smart.
Okay.
Smart, yeah.
He plays decent defense.
But nothing for 6th man.
9 points a game.
Okay.
The team that I've liked the most and I was the most disappointed with, was the Suns.
Yeah.
For them having Greg Monroe, Alex Len, and Tyson Chandler. Like, I was so disappointed that the other 2 numbers weren't better. Like, because you can't play 3 centers in a game. Like,
no.
So, like, I don't know whether there was injuries involved, because I looked and it was hard to find for specific times, but like some games Alex Len wouldn't play at all. Like all his numbers were 0, and sometimes Tyson Chandler wouldn't play at all. And I was just kind of like, okay, because like I almost made it like Suns backup center as like they're averaging double doubles coming off the bench.
Yep.
Like that's insane.
Yep.
Like Tyson not so much as Len, because Tyson can't shoot for shit unless like he's at the
above the rim.
Yeah, that's right. It's funny. It's called 6 man, but a lot of these teams now, the Pacers included, they almost don't just bring in one person. They
bring multiple.
They bring in
3 with almost the whole team.
Yep.
And I was going to say Sabonis.
He's
not really a 6th man of the year though. He's almost like part of the group
bench
that comes in. But he was averaging a double-double for a backup center.
Yep.
So
I knew his numbers were going to go down. He got to the bench. I wish his efficiency while he was in was still at that high level.
Oh, I know. He was averaging 14, 15 points a game there for a while.
He's just kind of like, I'm a bench player now, so I'm going to play like a bench player.
Yeah, but he's been averaging 9 rebounds. I think it's 9
rebounds a game,
About 9 points. It's not quite double-double.
I think if they made it an actual competition for the starting spot,
he would.
It would be a thing.
I agree with you. In fact, Kyle's thinking that Sabonis may end up being traded. Or not, well, somebody's going to want him. Somebody's going to want Sabonis.
Yep, and we'll probably get something out of it.
Yeah.
Tyson Chandler the other night, I guess, had like 20 points, 13 rebounds, 2 blocks. Like, he just went off.
Yeah, but he just doesn't do it enough.
Not enough.
No.
7 rebounds and like 13 points. He actually had a pretty decent game for the Suns.
Tyson Chandler, he's 35 years old, isn't he?
Oh,
Tyson Chandler.
Maybe 38.
He's pretty old.
Yeah, he's up there.
Yeah, so that's pretty impressive. Yeah.
Okay, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and end this video right here. Next week, we'll be right back on to our NBA power rankings.
Yep.
We'll see how if the 76ers can turn it around after the blowout loss to the Suns. That was awful.
It wasn't a blowout.
Well, it was a blowout, but they lost to the
Lost to
Suns.
them, right.
I mean, that's pretty.
Of course,
Not
our
looking
Pacers
good.
barely
Getting
beat
14 points isn't exactly a close game either.
14. Was it 14?
Yeah.
115 to 101.
Wow.
Yep.
And then our Pacers.
Pacers, we
almost
might
lost
go
to the
down.
Bulls.
Yeah, we might go
lost to the
down
Bulls.
in some of our rankings.
But if we win our next couple games, they're going to go up.
Oh, yeah, the
'Cause
top
they play the
three.
Cleveland
Yeah.
Cavaliers Friday night. Anybody out there should watch that game. I think it's on ESPN.
No.
Oh, it's not.
It's on Fox Sports
Indiana.
Indiana.
Golden State Warriors versus Pistons is on.
Oh, that's
So,
that's gonna be a
that'll
good
be-
game.
Ooh.
That's gonna be a good game. Yeah.
And then the following week, I got some ideas of what we're going to do in 2 weeks from now that I'm going to be quite interested in.
Okay.
With that being said, guys, we're going to end this video right here, and we'll see you guys.